We are joined today by Dr. Cynthia Leifer. She's an immunologist at Cornell University. Cynthia, we really appreciate your time. Thanks for doing this with us today.
Thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity to talk with you today.
Yeah, it's in relation, of course, to RFK Jr. canceling $500 million in the mRNA vaccine contracts that involves 22 projects as well. You've released a statement, quote, if you will, in response to that. Can you tell me a bit of what your statement said and why?
So I am very concerned about this. First of all, any cuts to research have devastation on all the academic progress that we're doing. We have students who are losing their opportunities to do their research. We have researchers in training who are losing their jobs. We have faculty who are losing their labs. And for better or worse, academics have been in partnership with the federal government for decades, 60, 80 years. And so there's a dependence on this for research. And when you cut those projects, whether they be mRNA or any other project, you're shutting down things that are half done. And what I was saying is to me, it's like when you're doing a kitchen renovation and you've hired the contractors, you've put down the deposit, you've started making the payments, maybe you've paid for even half of it. They've deconstructed your entire kitchen. And now you're like, no, you know what? I think I want to save some money, so I'm just going to stop here. Not only have you not saved money, but you also have no kitchen. So it's really not saving money. And when it's something like the mRNA vaccines, it's even more frustrating because this is a development of a technology that's been happening for 25 years. And it came to the top, to the crest, to the absolute most amazing thing that we could have done with this is during a pandemic, we were able to develop a vaccine that saved millions of lives in record time. Because of the way this technology works, we can pivot, we can move quickly, and it is so much better than prior methods of making vaccines. And when the cuts are made and the Secretary of Health and Human Services says we want to go back to the way we were doing it before, we're going back to the dark ages, basically, of vaccines. We've come out of that. We have this new technology, and now they want to throw all of that away and move back to what we were doing before.
Yeah, and I know that, you mentioned this at the beginning as well, when it comes to the work that the students are doing, the professors, doctors, whoever is going to be there at Cornell. Of course, this is probably impacting other institutions as well. How does this impact the day-to-day and what you're trying to get out of the individuals that are there right now?
Many of our students are very concerned. A lot of the students come from other countries. You might ask why? Because we are the hub for the cream of the crop, the cutting edge biomedical research that's being done. We are the envy of the world for where research wants to be done. So the students want to come here and get their training. And they're the top-notch students that we want to have in our lab. And yet they're, one, considering not coming here. Two, there's been, because of the insecurity of funding for the academic enterprise, many graduate programs cut admissions significantly in the last year by almost 50% nationwide. So we've reduced the number of students we're training. The ones that are here are not wanting to stay. They want to go back, and they don't want to keep, we're not going to be able to keep their knowledge and training here in the US, where we can advance biomedical research even more. And I think for me and my colleagues, what we are finding is that level of insecurity, because is your grant terminated? Is it not? Is the university getting funding? Is it not? Can you spend money? Can you not? Can you hire someone? Can you not? This disrupts science because science is ongoing. The discoveries are ongoing. If we have ongoing experiments, for example, where we're collecting samples from people, you can't just stop in the middle of the study because you have half the data, and it's also not enough data to be able to find a robust answer to the question that you're asking. So at the same time, you're stopping the research partway through, but you also can't really complete the research. So if you're halfway in the middle of your kitchen renovation, it's like, okay, well, now do the rest yourself. That's not really practical. So it is really interrupting all of the aspects of the research. And of course, if you have this level of stress, it stifles curiosity. It stifles the ability of new creativity for new ideas because you're constantly worrying about, can you keep the people in your lab? Can you pay your next bill to buy tips or pipettes or whatever reagent we might need to do our experiments?
Dr. Leifer, really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure.
Now, as you might imagine, we go deeper into this issue, including her thoughts on some of the other proposals, that broader approach, of which one aspect she does call the Holy Grail. So we go deeper into that, and also the potential impact on cancer research in all of this as well. That'll be live 5 a.m. tomorrow. The full conversation as a podcast on your Power and Politics podcast page. So subscribes can be sent right to your device. But for now, let's go back to you, Brianna.